From Mad Dog to Mad Max? Huh? Get off it. Prater on the ball game, hour number 3. And say hello to Boise State's new starting quarterback. It was confirmed on Monday. Today, Prater and myself were at Boise State football practice on the DeChevreau grass field on a gorgeous Veterans Day, Tuesday morning. Happy vets. Or shout out to all the vets there. Thank you for everything you've done and all you will continue to do. We love you. And Prater, this time on this Veterans Day, not number 11, number 14, Max Cutforth. He's the new quarterback at Boise State. And wow, it is the most high-level pressure position, I believe, in this state. You could tell, I'm sorry, Brad Little or whoever the attorney general is or high-level Idaho politicians, you ain't got crap when it comes to pressure that the Boise State quarterback has after a bad game.
Wow.
Don't. That's the number one. And wow, Max Cutforth, a local kid, Nampa, Idaho, Skyview High School. He gets this shot to be a hero or the opposite of that, Michael.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, it's going to be somewhere in between. I mean, we love storylines to the extreme, and, you know, is he going to suck and be benched for life on Saturday at midnight? Is he going to lead Boise State to the, you know, the holy grail of whatever? No, I don't think so. I mean, at this point, I think Boise State probably loses the game. Boise State plays pretty well. Boise State toughs this thing out. Max Cutforth is fine. They make some mistakes here. They make some mistakes there. They don't quite execute here and there. It's kind of the story of Boise State football, although the predictability of either one of these two teams is ridiculous right now. We have no idea if San Diego State's good or not. We'll dive into San Diego State issues tomorrow with an insider. Actually, the voice, the Bob Beeler of San Diego State Athletics tomorrow is going to join us and talk about this flaky football team. Is it flaky good, flaky bad? Just who knows what it is. And we don't really know what Boise State is, but here comes Max Cutforth. And we know one thing for sure, ball game, based on what we saw this morning, he has no problem being confident.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like, you know, you don't know, man. He walked in today. He spoke with the media. I don't want to say like California surfer guy, but the hair was spot on.
He cut it from the last time he did it.
Flowing locks. The hair is so.
Is that a power move? He's got to have looking
it's
good.
So quarterback hair.
But he cut half of it off since the last time we talked to him.
Man, it looks sharp. And he's got the little goatee too. He's where Prater pointed it out. I noticed it as well. It's a weird thing with quarterbacks in that building. They're the only people we really see that wear no articles of Boise State clothing at all. And Max Cutforth walked in today, and I noticed that. I looked him up and down. Damn, he doesn't have any of the Boise State issued gear on. He's taking Mad Dog's advice maybe on this, but he looks more like a J. Crew model than a quarterback of Boise State. But
agreed.
He was impressive today, and we talked to him, and we really asked him just kind of the narrative that everybody's talking about. Max Cutforth, you're the first local high school product to start at quarterback at Boise State since 1992. How's marriage one for Mike Prater, by the way? Max Cutforth, is this a big deal or not a big deal?
It means a lot, but you guys were saying that, I think the last time we talked, and it was super cool stat to look at, super cool thing to, strive for. And now that it's here, it's like, what does it necessarily matter? You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to play football. I'm here to, win us some games. And whether it's a local kid or not, like, at the end of the day, they're going to put the best kid out there.
He was a little confused there, a little conflicted. Absolutely, it's a big deal, but it's really not. I'm just here to win football games.
Okay, yeah, and that is true. I mean, it'll be a big deal if it works and it hits and he's good and they win. It'll be a really big deal. I'll say this, Prater. I mean, Boise, this town has never had a local quarterback becoming the star of the team. They've never had it. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just saying they've never had it. Max Cutforth, why you are prepared for this moment?
The hard work, the grit, and the trust in the whole process. I've worked my way up from being a walk-on, and just brick by brick and play by play, like just over and over, just working, trusting the process. just helping me to get to this point. And then I think it's easy hearing that I'm the starter to overlook that sometimes. And that's something that I'm trying to fall back to, is just trusting what got me here and do those same things.
When you have a few minutes of private time and all of a sudden you look at yourself and go, I'm the starting quarterback at Boise State, that has to be a little overwhelming.
Little overwhelming, sure. But it's truly exciting. You know, this is what you dream of. And so it's brought me back and to when I was a little kid, and it's like, this is the shot that I've always been dreaming of. Don't waste it.
What do you have to do to go from that, to go from being a walk-on?
All right, there's that last part there, but yeah, that was it. Cut that off. But what Maddux Madsen? How about this? I asked this question, Prater, and I asked it to Nate Potter, and we didn't get the answer on Monday.
No,
and Nate wouldn't tell me. So I asked I asked Max Cutforth, what do you do better than Maddux Madsen as far as quarterback for quarterback? What skills do you have that are better than Maddux Madsen?
Yeah. Hopefully he's not watching this because he'll hate me for this. Yeah, I truly think that I have a good understanding of when the team is starting to fall down a little bit, and just to go and pick them up, turn it around, and truly light a fire underneath them. And then I think I do a great job at, making the plays that I should make. I've said it a million times, but that is truly, I think, what got me here, and what is my strong suit, is not doing too much, but just running the play, executing the play how it should be.
boy, when he answered that, one, I was shocked that he answered it. I don't know if it was smart to answer. It was a smart question, and I probably would have taken the Nate Potter route. But then he throws out there, I mean, it just goes to show you how confident he is. First of all, he says, I can light a fire. So he's basically telling you that he's better at the mental game and the better at the leadership game than Maddux Madsen, who has spent the last year bragging about his leadership skills. So Max Cutforth all of a sudden thinks that he can, quote, light a fire better than Maddux Madsen when it comes to inspiring this football team. And then he said making plays. So Max Cutforth thinks he's a better leader. Max Cutforth thinks he's better at making plays. I'm not criticizing him. I love the confidence. I love the swagger. He's going to have to back it up. And there might be an awkward conversation in a quarterback room if Maddux Madsen's driving home right now to his fiance in his big fancy NIL truck listening to this radio show. He'd be very curious as to what that answer was all about. So
he would. Mad Dog would be like, wait, what was that? Anyway,
light a fire and making plays. I could decipher and listen to that quote for an entire week and write a book on what he said there. That one fascinates me, and I'm keeping that quote. I'm gonna tag it. I'm gonna put it away, and I'm gonna keep an eye on that sucker. That was pretty impressive for me.
Now, Maddux Madsen, we didn't see him at practice. We assumed he was getting treatment in the building today. But if you're wondering if he's out of sight, out of mind, no, not in any case for Max Cutforth. Max talked about the role Mad Dog has been helping him get better, get ready for San Diego State.
It's been great just having him sit there and like I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it to you guys, but just, there's some things that the coaches will say and you're just like, what are you talking about? So then you go, like, Maddux would come to me in the middle of the game and be like, ask me that. I'm like, no, you're good. That's what I saw. And it's good having that set of eyes there too. And then, me and Maddux are super close, and it is, I think the world of him. I think he's an absolute amazing quarterback. And it's awesome just to have him in my corner, him pushing me, him helping me out, and all that.
Speaking of walk-on.
All right, there's Maddux Madsen and the role he's doing for San Diego State, Prater. And you need that, right? The backup quarterback.
Do you need a backup quarterback?
No, you need the starter to be a nice guy about it.
Oh, absolutely.
It helps
absolutely
so much, because not often it's not. They're not a nice guy. Like Maddux Madsen 100% knows, and you'll hear Max Cutforth's plans at quarterback, okay? Not necessarily saying, hey, Mad Dog, here's the red carpet. It's your gig again. That's not how that position works, Prater.
No.
You make it, you take advantage of your opportunity, or you don't. And it's the nature of the beast, certainly now where this is essentially pro football and these guys are getting paid. Mad Dog was a leader, right? Well, Max Cutforth says, hey, he's a leader too, being more of a leader now, invisible, including what signs at practice. You've noticed this, right? Max Cutforth being a leader.
Yeah, I asked this question today because as we all were looking at Max Cutforth this morning, he was, and I've prefaced it. You won't hear the question, but I prefaced it by saying, I have no idea if you were doing this before, so I apologize. But you were doing a lot of high-fiving. You were doing a lot of slapping butts and trying to, be a good leader out there after plays, going up and talking to the guys and doing the role that the Maddux Madsen had and doing the role that we've talked about Maddux Madsen so good at during practice. And clearly today, Max Cutforth was doing that. So I flat out asked him, are you trying to be more of a visible leader at practice and slap a few more butts and create a little bit more high fives?
I'm in that role where, there's one less leader out there on the field. And so I feel like I've taken a big responsibility in filling that leadership role, especially at the quarterback position, because it's a pretty big leadership role. And so, especially with Maddux not being out there for, the first half of practice, I for sure taken that on myself to.
Maddux Madsen gone, Max Cutforth there. Quarterbacks. I mean, we killed Malachi Nelson for this. Remember, is he a quarterback or is he the backup holder? He wanted nothing to do with camaraderie on that team. Nothing to do with, hey, I want to be one of the guys. Malachi Nelson did nothing on that. Mad Dog did it very, very well. And it looks like Max Cutforth, one of those guys too. When you're a quarterback, for me, it's just that's the position. You need the type of personality that wants to be a leader and that doesn't have a problem telling someone maybe something that's uncomfortable in those situations. And that's not easy when you're a teenager in your early 20s, having those conversations and those decisions, Prater. But I mean, it has to be done. And for me, there's a massive mental aspect or personality almost requirement to play that position at a very high level. Here's where it gets juicy. And I asked this question, and I asked Max Cutforth if he's prepared for the good of being a Boise State quarterback and the bad for being a Boise State quarterback. And I think we included the question on this. I'm not sure. If not, that's what I asked him. Max Cutforth, can you handle being Boise State's quarterback?
You know how this town is. I mean, if you play well and they win, you will have this town. You'll be the most popular guy in the city. And if it doesn't go well for you and you lose, it's not going to be like that. How are you prepared to handle it? There's not really a middle ground in this town, right? There's A or B, and you've seen it.
Yeah. Thanks for putting that lightly. No, but you're right that it is that way. And I think there's not much that I can do. There's it's the guys in this facility. It's my family. It's those people that at the end of the day, that's who I've got to rely on in good and in bad. It's cool to, have the whole town behind me, and that's what I hope for. But they're just watching me play football. Whereas the guys in this building, my family, they know who I am, and I'm more than, just a football player.
All right. Yeah. I did not try to make the whole press laugh there, but Max Cutforth did. And that question, Prater, pretty stinking funny in that regard. Finally, all right, this is what we were talking about earlier. Prater asked the question about keeping this gig, visualizing. Is this now your team, Max Cutforth, even if Maddux Madsen gets healthy again? I believe we have the question as well. Here was the final question we asked Max Cutforth today.
Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to play. I'm here to compete. And, this is just another stepping stone towards that goal.
So in your mind, you want to be the starting quarterback for the next 27 games or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Wow. He didn't shy away instantly. He doesn't care. And you have to have that too. If he would have said, honestly, I don't know, I just want to help him this week. And as soon as the doggy gets healthy, I can't wait to do whatever I can to help him assimilate and get this team back. No, He didn't say that. He
Here's-
said, yes, Prater, right to your face, looked right in the eye. I don't want to give this gig up, and he doesn't plan on it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say in terms of we usually, when a young kid says something like that, we've all interviewed hundreds of thousands of people. And when you ask him an awkward question, especially a young, inexperienced person, maybe he doesn't do a lot of media, they always put their chin down when they ask a question like that. The eye contact is very awkward and very, very tough. And I always keep track of eye contact when I do interviews. He looked me straight in the eye when he said that. It was one of those awkward moments where he didn't take his eyes off mine. And it was literally, he was adamant. He was serious. He was committed. He owned that answer. He's thought about that answer. He believes in that answer. And Max Cutforth truly believes that he's going to be Boise State's next starting quarterback for all of the rest of the 25 season, the 26 season, and even the 27 season. He wants to be Boise State starting quarterback for the next 27, 30 games.
Yep. He's a redshirt sophomore, and he's got this season, and like you said, the next two on that. We got CFP rankings. Oh, what a difference a year makes. And Taco Bell hotline. Let's open that up. If you got a quick second, you want to hop on and talk about your new quarterback, Max Cutforth, anything, everything. What impressed you with that interview? What did it? How do you think he's going to do? Is it finally time? Boise State's QB1 is going to be from Boise. First time since 92. Prater on the ball game, KTIK the ticket.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studio, this is Ticket Traffic.
When traffic's a mess, remember your Medicare doesn't have to be. Frederickson Health Insurance